Hello and welcome everybody. We got another round 5 matchup for you. This one is the very anticipated Murder and Jay versus Xanxus and Gaignun matchup that everyone wanted to see towards the top of the table. Some of Phantom Dust's greatest players featured here, former partners and rivals come together in what is going to be an exciting matchup here. It is worth noting that apparently the round 1, or rather match 1 recording did not take for whatever reason. I wasn't present for that. This is the recording that I was sent afterwards in a couple of parts. And so Lane was the starting map. From what description I was given, it was a pretty long game, but just not a lot of damage done. It sounds like Gaignun was stuck on low damage for a long time, wasn't able to break through some of the glacial walls that Murder and Jay had. But once it was able to break through those glacial walls, it was a pretty clean finish. Xanxus and Gaignun then finished out the match. It just took a while, I guess, since they weren't able to break through those glacial walls. So we're going to pick up here on game 2. So that's a 1-0 lead for Xanxus and Reborn. Going into game 2 versus Murder and Jay. We'll be watching from Murder's perspective here on Sign.
I hit the back button after
going in standard direction.
I still drew my dash.
I'm going to turn him down a little. Triple Laser's already picked up. Xanxus cartwheeling to stay away from it.
Yeah,
Throwing out some abilities there, just trying to get some damage down. Nothing hits quite yet.
Hold on. Gaignun's coming over here. Maybe don't do it. I kind of need to get away from Gaignun depending on what he has.
Looks like they want a turb. Iron Skin's going to take that lightning sword.
Just do it. Just do it.
Looks like a turbulence.
I think it was just a purify, though. That's the thing. Shit. Nah.
Getting a bit of a laggy setup here. Triple Laser's hyper kick. Another turbulence comes out. Now he's going to lose his tiger strength. Got to be careful of this Fire Gehenna. Fortress is going to take the hyper kick. Ooh, he's pinned between them. Crystallization and Fire Gehenna. No dash anymore is going to be real dangerous. Doing a good job of avoiding the two so far. Is a real tough situation. The pressure that they're exerting on him is massive right now. That'll help.
Watch out, watch out. What the fuck? Oh, come on. I was behind the... I would love to have seen that angle. Jesus Christ.
Looks like a crystallization caught from air. Another Fire Gehenna, and they're just ripping them apart. Xanxus and Gaignun are just devastating right now with the angles they're hitting. Murder is unable to find anywhere that he can fire these lasers that he's got. And Jay has managed to somehow wander in and take a ton of damage. And that is it. They are just cleaning house. Murder with such a long pickup to make now. He's at least able to block both these abilities with guard, but it is not looking good. Judge of Ares is exactly what he didn't need to happen. That is going to be almost impossible now versus the unjumpable Fire Gehenna and Crystallization. As a jumper, you cannot dodge those. And he has to get past both. Both. Gaignun's just about got the angle here. They're creating the pinch. There goes the Reincarnation doesn't connect, but the Crystallization will. And there was almost absolutely zero openings for them that match. Xanxus and Gaignun come in terrifyingly strong.
Palace 1 or 2, Jay?
I want to see where it all began.
We're on Palace now. That's a 2-0 lead for Gaignun and Xanxus. Murder and Jay. You can tell their nerves are shaken. The little bit that you're probably hearing in the background here. They are definitely frustrated right now. That was such a brutal match. No openings. And credit to Murder here. Ray still, I think, with that Iron Skin, 2 or 3 melee moves, and yet they still couldn't keep up with that Crystallization and the Fire Gehenna. I didn't even get to see what Jay did. I didn't see anything other than a turbulence out of Jay that game. He might as well have just been a damage sponge. I didn't even get to see what he was doing there. That is rough. That is one rough match.
My phone, I don't know if they have it.
It's like dealing with a double vibration blaster start, but they both have better tracking. Goodness. It was brutal.
I like the first.
Gaignun bringing back crystallization, apparently. I don't think we've seen anybody else use crystallization in who knows how long. But here he is using it in a tournament match against a former partner and against a team that many would have ranked in the top 3 at the beginning of this tournament.
Oh, they sent backwards. Okay.
All right, we're spending a lot of time in the lobby. I'm going to skip ahead here.
All right.
Oh,
So
no.
we're beginning on Palace.
I got middle.
Oh,
Okay,
goodness,
no,
the
I'm not in
mulligan.
middle.
All right, at least he's not double in the middle there. He is down below Gaignun. He's got himself a
try to
good,
double team,
varied
so-
attack
Hey,
hand.
there.
He needs to find himself a shield and get himself an angle. Jay also silent
Combo
for some reason.
shields. Yeah, I'm.
Rian's
Really?
going to hurt.
Game. Yeah, I may be kind of fucked here. I don't have a shield.
Shieldless needs to just get some distance and start attacking, I think. Drops the lightning sword. I think I would be trying to get distance and attack with the lasers. There's no shields on him. Not picking up more lasers.
I still have not drawn a shield. 100%.
Drops one of the duplicates. Picks up the Purify. Some odd moves. Gaignun with the environmental. Not sure what he has and what he's planning to do.
I have to get rid of this. I still don't have a shield.
Having a hard time here. He actually picks up the orb, which I don't know
just
if I
got rid of my
like.
Purify. God damn it. I still don't have a
Xanxus
shield.
uses
This
a
is fucking crazy.
stimulate. Lunar Force goes down.
Good shit, good shit. Okay, I got a shield now.
Oh, it was a turbulence. Blocks it going down. Gaignun gets comboed off of it. Eats that 5 damage. Murder and Jay are in a pretty good position. They've had, an angle on Gaignun basically this whole game. Getting some chip damage down. The lasers are doing good. They've got Gaignun cut off from his base. Xanxus is yet to show any real signs of life. He's at 11 capsules remaining, and I don't know if we've seen Xanxus attack yet.
Yeah, I know.
Finally, a fortress for Murder, but he's going to eat an 8 damage combo.
Don't do that.
Another 5 damage lands onto Jay. And the vibration laser is Xanxus. He's got himself a nice angle back there. It's doing a lot of work. Murder and Jay are able to find a way to fight back,
Watch out.
though.
Yeah, you.
Murder's going to take that reincarnation. This is coming down to it. This is probably the
Good, I'm gonna
best
try to
game
get-
we've seen from him, at least given the description I had
I'm gonna
earlier.
get rid of my shield.
Fortress is broken. Murder is now desperately in trouble here.
I'm
And
dead.
he's
I'm
going to go
underneath the
damage
escalator.
down from the vibration laser. Jay has a hard pickup to make against a lot of
Underneath the right
damage.
escalator.
A nasty manual out of Xanxus, and he's known for it too. Connects onto Jay, and then another one back to back. Jay barely has a chance to breathe against the manual aim skill of Xanxus. And we were unfortunately not able to see game 1, but that was a lightning fast and brutal takedown by Gaignun and Xanxus onto Murder and Jay. And you can't discredit them either. Murder and Jay were not necessarily playing super poorly. They were playing well, but against some rough draws and just immense pressure. I'm just watching this here, and I'm trying to think what I would have done in Murder's shoes, and I don't know how much more I could have done better there with myself, even with hindsight in 2020. Just so much pressure put down by those two. Very difficult to face, and Gaignun and Xanxus are looking like the real deal right now. Murder and Jay still in the tournament, not out just yet, but they will be on the chopping block in every single match they face from here on out. They have only one loss remaining here in the triple elimination format, and we'll be getting to see them at least next round, but Gaignun and Xanxus are looking terrifying, and anybody who draws them next round ought to be a little worried.